What nonsense is this? Rubbish people. How can I receive such an amount of money?
How much did you get?
£200.
Let me see what you got. Oops. See what I got. I just received £200 from my brother.
Oh, you got a lot more than I do.
Oh yes, with MoneyFix, you can receive money from any part of the world to Cameroon directly into your mobile money account at the cheapest rate.
Wow. Are you looking for the best exchange rate for all your money transfer? Try MoneyFix. Log on to moneyfix.com. MoneyFix. Fast, easy, and cheap service to Cameroon. MoneyFix.
One of the things that make me feel very beautiful and very confident as a brown-skinned woman is choosing the right skincare products. So here, guys, I feel of the products that I use that make me feel very beautiful, very confident. And if you have any skin issue, be it acne, hyperpigmentation, or oily skin, dry skin, whatever problem it is you're facing with your skin, trust me, Escape is here for you. Escape is actually formulated to suit all skin types, all melanated skin types. So when you use this, you see how confident I'm feeling. This is going to be you after using Escape products. Trust me.
Hi, everybody. Hey, my delicious. Hey. How are we doing? I guess I'm too close to the camera. Hi, my delicious. Hi. Can you hear me? Can you hear me properly? Yes, darlings, my darlings. I see you all. My delicious. Hi. Welcome to yet another scintillating episode of Business and Entrepreneurship with Roland Fomundam and myself. Okay, I know that it's been a minute. He's been away for a while, but he's here today to talk about a lot of things, and most importantly, to talk about greenhouse ventures. Okay, guys, so you know how we do it, okay? Share the video, pump us hearts while we are waiting. He's coming on screen. But before he comes, I just want those of you who don't know who Mr. Roland Fomundam is to have a sneak peek of what he is on about before he gets to, tell us why he's here and all he's been up to. Okay, guys, share the video, please. Please share the video. Share and pump us hearts. Share, and share. I see those of you connecting. Let me see before I give you the sneak peek of Mr. Roland's video. Lily Tata, hi, darling. I see you. Lydia Labelle, hi. Share the video, guys. Please share the video. We have Sidwan. Hi, Sidwan. Esther, hi, Vinash. Esther Vinash. Classic Maxi, hi. Tala Charlotte. Hey, Fulum. Hi, Margaret. Oops, it's gone off. Sharon Massa. Hi, sister. How are you? Chris, Leones Delage. Hi, darling. I hope I didn't miss out on any name. Joyce Nelly, Nkafu Pell, Bungong Valerie. Hi, Valerie. How is Abu Dhabi today? Is it Abu Dhabi? I guess so, yeah. Chinda Naterila. Hi, hello, everyone. Pump hearts now, share video. Have you shared? When I project your name on screen, I need you to share, okay? You guys have to share the video and share to groups, share to as many platforms as possible, okay? Tag your friends to come in here. I know that you guys are not always very interested in business and entrepreneurship, but hey, this is the future, man. Business and entrepreneurship by Roland Fomundam and agriculture and everything is truth. That is the truth right now as it is. So you want to be part of the truth, okay? So yeah, I see Love Kinton, Cynthia, Kinui, Brendaline, Blessing Ahen, Atiaz Tashes, hope I'm not missed out on the name, G Baby, and Vicky Fro. You guys have been on the platform. commenting, sharing. I've tried to hook you up today, doing all of that. I know you guys are excited about hooking up and all of that. That's going to be a session on Sunday, okay? So I know some of you are connecting to see, okay, if I'm going to talk about that, that's nothing to do with this episode. This one is only for those who are interested in business and entrepreneurship. And even if you're not interested in it, can you just kindly share the video, tag friends, okay? They're still going to benefit. And then you can, okay, maybe move on to other things, but it's of the essence that you get this knowledge that Mr. Roland Fomundam gives to us on a platter like that, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to put up the video. It's an excerpt of his interview, okay? Just to, for those of you, more like an avant-garde, those of you who are not very versed with him, maybe this is your first time of watching him, but he's a household name anyway. So I'm just doing that for formalities. So guys, pump hearts, share the video, okay? As I bring on Mr. Roland Fomundam on your screens. Watch out.
Small-scale farmers are among the poorest and the hungriest in the world. Yet in Africa, agricultural communities make up 65% of Africa's labor force and account for 32% of gross domestic product. Efforts by governments and the development community at large to support small-scale farming in sub-Saharan Africa are not yielding significant results. Now, for perspective into some alternative ways that could help find lasting solutions to tackle challenges facing Africa's farming communities, I'm joined by Roland Fomundam. He's a social entrepreneur and founder and CEO of Greenhouse Ventures. Welcome to Africa 54, Mr. Fomundam, dear.
Yes, you're very right. Thank you for having me.
Now, you know, farming is a critical sector for the African continent. African nations are literally sustained by small-scale farmers.
Right.
What are, in few words, what are some of the challenges these farmers really have to face every day?
Yes, farmers face a number of issues. First of all, production. Having constant production every day, every time, and prices, it's a very big problem. Seasonality also affects farming because that also affects prices and fluctuations. So, for example, in Cameroon, you would have, during the mango season, a 50-kilogram bag of mangoes would cost about $4 if you convert that. And during the off-season, you probably have no mangoes and they even get more expensive. If one mango of those is sold here in the US, you would probably sell for about $3.50 if it's been processed and dried. So it's a very, very big challenge because small-scale farmers, they work their hardest and they're not involved in the value chain of the produce. And that makes it in such a way that you have farmers who work, grow all the food and actually don't have much to eat, or what they get to consume. It's very poor quality.
Now, you've been working to try and see how you can, sort out some of those issues. Just can you lay out some of the strategies that you think can work across the continent?
Yes. First of all, we had to understand what was the underlying problem in agriculture. First, it's involving a population that is very, very active. Today in Africa, you have the older generation that is still involved in farming. And that is because farming is still done the way it was done 500 years ago. Youths are totally disengaged from this farming activity. So first of all, we have to find ways to involve more youths in farming so that you can increase productivity. Because the older generation, they're getting tired. They have other things to worry about.
So you want to try and make it, not look like something people do because they have no education, they're poor, and they have nothing better to do.
Yes, that has actually been a stereotype. In America, if you talk to a farmer, you don't have that stereotype. Yeah. You understand? In Africa, of course, when you talk of someone being a farmer, someone who lives in the village, they're poor, they're illiterate, and all of that. And it's been a stereotype that has affected farming for a very, very long time.
So what more, because we don't have a lot of time, really can be done to first to give the incentive, but also to make it worth their time and their energy?
Yes, creating structures or infrastructures that can actually involve farmers and actually enabling them to produce year-round, and also engaging them in ways they can actually sell at competitive prices. It's very, very important.
Now, the governments have not succeeded very much in this area. How do you come in?
Good. Governments usually haven't solved all the problems of several communities. Where we come in is where we say we have introduced a technology that is novel, a technology that is very sustainable. It is friendly. But more so, our greenhouses have been used to grow more per unit area. We grow more healthier crops and crops that could be sold at a premium on any market. So in such a way, you are engaging farmers in a way that they grow They also consume what they produce, and also they can actually sell at competitive prices on any markets globally.
So you are enabling them to actually grow throughout the year.
That's right.
And hopefully take advantage of prices when they're of more benefit to them.
Very true. But more so, we have made in such a way that we are looking to stabilize the prices we have on the market. So we focus in three main areas: production, aggregation, and then post-harvest management, which are the key things that once you can engage these three areas, and then you're actually being able to engage farmers in the value chain of the produce.
We really need to appreciate and love our farmers. They feed the entire continent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us and giving us this insight.
Thank you.
Well, Roland Fomundam is a social entrepreneur, founder and CEO of Greenhouse Ventures.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That's a jaw-breaking name for that journalist, Roland Fomundam. So it's Roland Fomundam, and it's our very own. Okay, he's Cameroonian. He's from Momo Division, Northwest region of Cameroon. Okay, yeah. Roland, Meta, right? I Meta boy. Meta guys in the building. Can I hear you make some noise for him as I bring him on stage? Guys, please pump hearts, okay? Let's receive this big boy. Hey, why are you guys looking at me as though you're surprised to see white man for my screen? Guys, make some noise now. Make some noise in the comments. I can't see you. I can't see you pump hearts. I can't see you make any comments. You guys are just stuck. You guys are just looking at me like you don't know what's happening. Guys, do this, okay? Let's do this. Roland, are you ready? Are you there? Ta-da!
Yes. I'm right here.
Hey, big boy. Welcome.
Hey, Deli. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, but we're not happy with you, man. You're messing us up. Come on. How far? How are you?
Oh, very good. Sorry, I would always ask my apologies. Of course, if you don't see me, you know I'm somewhere. I'm trying to make things happen. So
I know, man. I know. I understand. But you know, when we want to hear from you all the time, because man, you know what it means to see you. So it's a luxury. We want to see you all the time. So every Wednesdays, you know, we have watering mouths waiting to savour what you have for us. And when you don't show up, man, you can only imagine. It's good to have you.
No, at least I can always catch up on the next one, right?
Well, it's a lot to catch up on anyway. So you're here. I hopefully that we can have enough time to talk on the things that we've not talked about for a long time. Guys, right. Share the video, guys. Pump hearts, okay? It's your very own Roland Fomundam on your screens. It's an honor and a privilege each time when he graces this platform, because I'm certain that we're going to leave jam-packed, okay? Because he comes equally jam-packed like that. Now, Roland, it's a lot of things. By the way, congratulations for your recent ventures. Which one do I start with? My goodness, it's a lot of things we're seeing on social media, a lot of giant strides that you're making, Roland. Where do I start from? Is it the Greenhouse Academy? Can we start from there, or you want to talk on other things before we get into it?
No. I'm open. I'm open. I will not like to dictate the conversation, whichever angle it comes from. I'm sure you can ask the audience if there's something they have. I mean,
guys,
just let them, because I'm sure they've been following as well. So if there's something more interesting from their end, we can have that.
Right, guys, I mean, you want to ask your questions, okay, and drop it in the comments, but I think I want to be given the privilege to start asking questions, and it's one of my very favorite of your recent ventures that you've had, which is the Greenhouse Academy. Roland, is that for real? I mean, tell us about it. Are we going to have this academy like that? You know, academy is a much more fancy word for education, studies, like that.
Yes.
How is it? And I saw you put up something on your platform that the government has approved it. More like right now, it is it's a full-fledged registered academy like that in Cameroon, like University of Boya, like University of Yaoundé. Is that it, or am I blowing things out of proportion? Let me hear from you.
No, no, you're not blowing things out of proportion. You are very much in line. You are very much informed, as always. I don't doubt that. Yes, we recently just got approved for the academy. It's a big thing for us because for me, we have something that has not been done before. And sometimes usually getting something new into a system that is old is usually very tough. Not
Right.
because they don't like it, but sometimes because why is it you? You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So why is it you? Why must it be you? You know, it could have been somebody else. So sometimes people will stultify good things. So what we believe are good things. So yeah, having this go through, it's a giant step for us because now we would have a new curriculum in the national system, a curriculum now for greenhouse farming. You know, no one has
Wow.
had that, and we would have a place now to be able to dictate and design that curriculum. But of course, it goes beyond that because once we can introduce a particular method of growing tomatoes, then you can now have a particular quality of tomatoes in the market. You see, if we can have a particular way of doing flowers, then now you have a particular quality of flowers in the market. And that's
Right.
where we begin to win big because, yes, if today we are second largest producer of tomatoes in sub-Saharan Africa, it's because there's something we are doing right with tomatoes. There's a particular
Mm.
value we're having. If we're
Yeah.
able to sell palm oil, if we have bananas, there's a particular grade that comes from here. So we need that. We need that in multiple products because the agricultural perspective in Cameroon it's so underexploited. You know, if just imagine traveling from Douala to Yaoundé, you don't find any farm anywhere, no major farm.
Mm-hmm.
But if you traveled Nigeria, if you traveled Kenya, you travel South Africa, Israel, even there where you are in the UK, you see it. Whenever you travel any distances where it's all vegetation, you see farms. We're
Right.
not if you fly into Cameroon, the airspace in Cameroon, you look at Cameroon, the houses only occupy about 5%. The rest of it is just vegetation, like virgin forest. And all they do is just to exploit the timber. But imagine when you're flying into any other country, when you're landing, you always see those fields of vegetation, something well planned out. You can find it.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we believe that for us to cause some type of change is not by talking it, it's training the people to see that because maybe people don't even know what they don't know.
Right.
You see, so we are of the point where we say, well, we don't want to come and insult people that, oh, how come Cameroon has been for this number of years and no one has done this? No, there's always time for everything. And if we are the ones to do that, I think it's just a blessing. That comes with a lot of responsibility and challenges. But hey, together with people like yourself and the rest of the community that helps us to go and make things happen, we're getting somewhere.
I mean, I'm happy that I'm part of this bandwagon. I'm happy that I know you. So if you want bad, you'll put me inside your back. Guys, share the video, okay, and pump hearts. I know it's a lot of our viewers who would want to know what it entails to be part of this academy. Do you need to have a level of qualification? Do you need to have a level of academic qualification? What are the criteria to be part of this institution?
Yes. What I wanted to do was something that was very inclusive. I've realized that, education is something that is supposed to be free, but it's priced. And it makes it such a way that only those who are privileged, capable, able do attend. But we've realized that, classroom intelligence is not the qualification of success.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I have had better results in certain cases from people that have not been educated than those who have been educated.
Right.
You understand? I am of the
Well,
philosophy that
informally educated. Let's put it like that.
exactly, yes, exactly. And I am of the philosophy that there's a lot of junk that we've learned, a lot, and we need to unlearn a lot of things that we have learned and then be able to relearn the things we need to learn. So talking about what qualifies people to come in is just basic understanding and response. Just to let you know, we already have a first batch that will be graduating next month.
Oh,
Oh
when
yeah.
did it start, Roland, for it for there to be graduation already?
Well, we had to start with a test batch. It's a prototype, of course.
Oh, okay.
We don't, and it's on the basis of that we got the approval, because we already started something. We have 8 students already for our first class, and to me it is great, because with the students that we've had, we've been able to now modify and adopt the course in such a way that it makes it very, very applicable now to everyone. And of course, we continue to modify several aspects of it to make sure that we can have a course program that is very inclusive, but also very, very successful. You see, a lot of things about school now has become a for-profit making business. People don't care if the people who graduate from your school have any future or any life. And it really
Right.
bothers me. It bothers me that I sometimes recruit people who've graduated with the biggest degrees from the biggest universities, and they just cannot get past a simple test. It is tough. It is tough. But you cannot blame them. They just learn what they were exposed to learning. If we now have a new way to make people learn, then I think it is just a moment in time for us to make that happen. So what we want to do at the academy. So first of all, I'll explain to you what the journey has been of the academy.
Yeah.
The idea of the academy started in 2013. And I
Okay.
was back then in my village. And the idea was, of course, for us to get to do this, we need to open up a school. But some unfortunate situation happened. We rented a building, and the landlord just went away with the money, and yeah, you know, one of those things. And then we had already applied. The guys who had to come and review it came, and there was no building. And I just didn't know what to say. I had paid a lot of money, already had benches, everything done, everything submitted. The guys come for a review, and there's no school because the landlord, just went away with the money. I mean, I'm talking 1.8 million. You're talking in a village. You rent a place for 18 months, a whole big building. Um, so yes, but that did not discourage us. To me, when these things happen, and I'm just saying this because many a times people ask, what are the challenges?
Right, of
In,
course,
in,
of course.
in this business, when you look at challenges, you will never see the way forward. But when you see challenges as a task for you to get over, to get to where you need to get to, then that's where every challenge becomes like just another sporting exercise. It's like another
Definitely.
dumbbell. Like another dumbbell you have to carry in the gym. That's the way we've looked at it. So we fast forwarded, left the Greenhouse Academy then, and said, okay, when the time will be right, we will do it again. Because for me, I have a philosophy that everything happens for a reason. If it has to
Right.
happen, it will happen. There are some things you cannot stop, you can't prevent. And sometimes we spend so much time trying to oppose a wind. We have to let sail with the wind, and that's how we can feel at peace with ourselves, with nature, and every other thing that's going on around us. I'm just kind of giving you all of this so that you understand what has been that driving force. So 2013 cut out. We started now with building greenhouses. We started selling greenhouses. And with time, you see, our idea in the market was just to come and be a technology company. We just wanted to sell greenhouse technologies. That was all. I mean, that's my background. I did technology development in school, and my idea was, how do I bring technologies that already exist and adapt them for our own local environments? Because we already have too many solutions. There are more solutions than there are problems. Especially this world when Oman over Sabi.
I know. I
So
know.
I always say that there are more solutions than there are problems, and we don't need to keep reinventing the wheel. We need to find a way to find out what already exists and make use of it. So we came in just to do technologies, but when we started selling the technology, those who bought it started growing crops, but they couldn't grow the crops very well, so they came back to us. And in us trying to teach them, we had to get now into growing crops. So when we started growing crops, people now wanted the crops. You understand? Now we have to get now into, okay, we will not only grow crops to train, but we'll now grow people to sell. And then as we started selling, the demand started going up. It started going up. Then we realized that with increase in demand for production, more people now wanted greenhouses. Then now, with more people wanting greenhouses, they needed now people to manage these greenhouses. We are just a small company, and you can now see the pressure that we've been getting. And the fact that, okay, people come back to us now, they need the technology, they need the crops, they need to be trained, they need to have trained individuals to manage these farms. And that's how the idea of the academy came forth. So in essence, we've created a platform where we can employ any person that we do train. Because one, we have farms that are ours, so greenhouse ventures, and then we have farms that belongs to partners. So Delhi, for example, owns a farm somewhere, in Kongsamba. She has 10 greenhouses.
Talk about Ngi.
Yeah, sorry, Ingi. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Somewhere in Gi, she has 10 greenhouses there. We manage everything, we harvest everything, we sell everything, and then just balance you with the proceeds. You see? So for us to do that, we need to train people who will have to go and manage all of that. Because for us also, we have now a very unique market. We have a clientele that expects, high quality products at very affordable pricing. And that is our model. High quality products, yes. And in so doing, we needed to make sure that, okay, we need to train people who have certain expectations of quality, to be able to meet the market demand. So yes, with the whole idea of so the whole idea of the academy now was, we bring people in, we can train them, and we can have them manage the different farms that we have. But the essence of managing the different farms is just to make sure that they can assure certain quality of the products that we're looking to get. And that's how the idea of the Greenhouse Academy came into play.
Right. Thank you so much. Can you guys hear him properly? I think somebody tried calling me, and then my own part of the sound got off. But I can hear you, but it's really faint. Guys, can you hear him properly? Let me know in the comments, please, if you can hear him. Guys, if you're just joining, this is Business and Entrepreneurship with Roland Fomundam. He is going to be talking today on greenhouse. Matter of fact, he's already talking about that. Talking about greenhouse ventures and all what it comprises of. For so far, he's been talking about the Greenhouse Academy, which is more of his recent venture. Matter of fact, it's just one of the babies of Greenhouse Ventures, and it's just been approved by the government. And if you know what that means, you want to pump hearts for him. Okay. Roland, I noticed that you got some international investors coming. I want to know why this is, because is it that Cameroonians are not very receptive, or they don't know the savoir faire, or they're not very receptive of these ideas that you're bringing into Cameroon? Why do you have to get people from other parts of the world when you are in Cameroon? And I think a lot of persons listening to me will want to be part of your team or want to invest in it. Why the foreign touch? Is it just for the sake of it, or your own people have not been receptive of the vision so far?
You mean investors who come in to invest, or people who come in to work? Because
I wasn't quite sure, because I think some people from Ivory Coast.
No, from Kenya. No, they are workers.
Okay. Oh, well, my question still stays then. So why having foreigners to come work for you when you have locals who can do that, and even with more cheap labor? Why do you have to invest in foreign labor, which of course is going to be relatively expensive?
That's a very, very good question. And I would answer that question with my Pan-African hat on. You see, on one side, it is a white man who put these boundaries, between us. Africa has always been one, and it would be that, inshallah, we are hoping that would get to happen. That is one. The second part is Kenya has advanced a lot in agriculture. As if you know it, Kenya is the fourth largest exporter of flowers in the entire world.
Okay.
Kenya has made advancements. I mean, in Africa, Kenya tops Africa in terms of agriculture. You see, and it is very simple to understand that people ask them why. Kenya's climate is not as perfect as Cameroon's, nor its soils. You see, but how come they've made these advancements? We have to be able to start looking at, like I said, I'm not the guy who wants to reinvent wheels. I'm always the guy who would rather go to the US. I mean, that's what I've always done, go out there, look for ideas, look for solutions, and bring and adapt them to our own local environment. So there are many people who've left Cameroon, gone to Kenya, gone to other places, Israel and all of that, to go and learn agriculture. But it's hard to go and learn and then come back here and implement it, because agriculture is adaptive. You see, the same way you grow tomatoes in upstation Bamenda is not the same way you grow them in Douala. You understand?
You're right.
So you will go and learn tomato farming in Israel, and you come back here, you cannot do adapt that same stuff. That's why the government had a program where, the government has a program where they send students to Israel to go spend about 2 years there, and expecting that when they come back here, they will give them some money and for them to kick off. None of them has been able to kick off. I mean, I would say if any, it is in a very small percentage. The success value of that has been very minimal. There are several programs that they've done to be able to engage people and all of that. So I said to myself, but if people keep going and learning and they're not coming back, it means there's something that those guys, they don't teach them. You get it. These guys will not give you their secrets entirely. I mean, if they give us all their secrets, they will not be coming there. So the idea is to bring them here and they come and train us on our own soils, and that's what we're doing. So yes, we're paying the price to have them come here. To come and train us. I think that's important. But the thing is, that will stay here. The knowledge will not leave back. And we just want to see how we can train so many people in what is going on. The experts that I have are people who have spent, years and years in farming, years and years in greenhouse farming, years and years in different aspects of agriculture. And believe me, in just 2 weeks that they've been here, believe me, my farms are feeling, they're feeling some new freshness. It's always good to respect intellect. It's always good to have integrity and give respect where it is due. The Kenyans have advanced in agriculture, 100 times more than Cameroon, and we have to agree that. And what we need to do is to go to them and ask them to come teach us. We just have to be humble with that. That's all. Because if we had done that a long time ago, we would have been way gone. You see, and you would want to ask the question, maybe why Kenya has done this well, and what could really be the problem. Back in the day, Cameroon, we had oil, or we have oil, you would have to say. Countries that discovered oil first, the white man came in and made them understand that you'll be rich off of that oil. They focused on just their oil. They never cared about anything else, as you would see it. Kenya never had any oil, and all they had to depend on was their soil. So they went into agriculture. You see, so oil to Cameroon is like agriculture to the Kenyans. So when we were learning oil, how to drill and all of that, they were learning how to farm and everything. And now the world has turned around, and now agriculture is what is at the top. That's why you see these guys, they're far ahead. And Kenya was a better place because Kenya, unlike South Africa, has a similar climate like what we have, even though the altitude is higher. But they have a monoclimate, like more like Bamen, Northwest and the Western region. Cameroon is quite unique in agriculture because we have 7 ecological zones. What do I mean by that? We have 7 different regions. That's why you can plant different things in Cameroon and you can get the results. That's a blessing that no other country in Africa has. Cameroon has a particular uniqueness. We have water all around us. Imagine. And then from north to south, east to west, we have different climates. That's why we can grow from millet, sorghum, sesame, and then all the way to having timber trees, to having honey. We can have everything. We ask ourselves, what are we doing? We're not doing anything. I will not blame us for not being able to capture on these opportunities a lot. I think we've just been lied to a lot. We've just been fooled a lot. We've just been lied to. It is so sad. One time I said the perils of colonialism still run so deep in our culture and people didn't understand, but almost everything we really still do is based on what we've been taught, not really what we know. And it is very sad. But I think God is blessing some of us with some ideas, with some capabilities, and I think if we have the chance to be able to redo certain things that were probably not done properly, then it's just for us to make that happen. And we are doing that not for us, because our generation is almost already late. Our kids and our grandkids and our great grandkids, believe me, they should come back into this. They should come into this world and be happy that they had great grandparents that lived and did A, B, C, D. So,
Right.
yeah. So talking about how come if Cameroonians are not catching up to that, they don't know yet. That's what I say, because if they knew, nobody would be sleeping. If only they knew, they will not even spend a day and not have to occupy the lands they have with some profitable ventures that are agricultural based.
Oh, okay, Mr. Roland. I mean, thank you so much for that. I mean, before you said Cameroonians do, we do not know, and that's why the academy is here to school us on all of this. Before I get a question from, I think there was a question here from Anyway, I see you guys pumping hearts. Guys, pump hearts. Share the video, okay? Dr. Menjo, I see you. Thanks for connecting today. I know these are the kind of programs you would love, you would enjoy. So thank you. Pump hearts, guys. Share the video. I see those of you, even those of you watching at the background. I have these eyes. Like I have 6 eyes. I see you at the back. So share the video, okay? Now, Mr. Roland, I wish to find out. I think, and I speak the minds of a lot of those of us watching in the comments. How do we get to know about these things? You say a lot of Cameroonians don't know about it. We want to be part of your team. We want to start up different greenhouse ventures. And I think one person in the comments asked that particular question. How do we go about it? We want a clear-cut answer. How do we become part of your team? If I want to be part of your team, what does that take? Okay, I want to, guys, for those of you joining and you don't know about Roland Fomundam, I've said he's a household name. He's a social entrepreneur, and most importantly, he is the founder and CEO of Greenhouse Ventures. This guy you see on screen is a big gun. Guys, I cannot overemphasize this, okay? He has literally revolutionized agriculture, and that's why we're saying that today we can beat our chest and say that agriculture is the next oil and gas. Matter of fact, like he said, it's taken over. We the youths, well, some of us have already started going off the youth age, that bracket. Anyways, for posterity, okay, that's what he's talking about. So we want to leave something for posterity. We want to connect. We don't just want to come abroad, be bushfallers. Bushfaller is so out of game, man. We want to come back home, but we also want to know if our coming back will be guaranteed. If we're coming back to really invest, all of what you're saying is true. So tell us, Roland, what does it take? How and what does it take to be part of Greenhouse Ventures or to do something similar?
You've asked a very good question. And it is very it's a very what do I say? There's a lot to put to that.
Guys, do I speak your minds in the comments? Let me know. We want to be part of Greenhouse Ventures. Roland, tell us, we want to leak that oil too. Come on. I will see. Yes. We want to hold us with you. Take us to the presidency. What does it take? What does it take? Good. Let us know in clear-cut terms. I don't want big grammar, man.
No, not big grammar. No big grammar.
Right.
No, the thing is, I like people to always understand why you want to be a part of something. That's when you really enjoy it. You understand? And to me also, I like people to know as much so as to be able to teach as much. I have learned a lot from just people online. Like I have learned, I would say over 70% of stuff. There are people who tag me on stuff. There are people who send me stuff. There are people who I follow, and believe me, I have learned a lot. So I never want to put that door as maybe everything we already know stops there. We are growing. What makes our company a good company is because we are growing. We are innovative. We are always changing products, introducing new products, getting new ways to get to the market, satisfy customers, everything. There's always that we're doing. So your question, how do we work together? It's quite, it needs to be elaborated because there are many ways. There are so many ways. The first, of course, like I said, one of the things I would be doing personally is actually championing a lot of the courses at the academy. The academy has two sections. We have an online and a theory. This is the first time I'm actually announcing that.
Oh, wow.
Yes. People have asked for an online, and I really was trying to make sure that I could free time for that. So yes, we would have an online model, which we would want it to run for 1 month, online and in class, so theory aspect. And there we would touch on, of course, agro entrepreneurship. So talking about the opportunities in agriculture, how you can get involved, how you can start your own agro stuff, everything. I have a lot of partners. I have a lot of access to so many other things, and I'm always willing to share, always willing to connect people. I mean, you know that so well. But I like to connect credible people. So I am always in position where if I can validate you, I can pass you on, I can link you up. It's always very important. There are many people who are looking for people to create these linkages and they don't have. So I want to be at a position where I could be able to engage several participants in several conversations. And this is online, this will be in class. The classrooms would be at Phoenix University, where I am actually, I'm currently president as well. We will have the schedule out at some point. It would very likely be evenings. That way people are out of work and stuff, and it would be recorded. So there we will talk about many things: how to become, how to navigate, how to do business, all of that. And then normally those who register in the diploma program, there is a 3 months and 6 months. So for the 3 months, you spend 1 month in class, which is the 1 month I just announced, and then 2 months on the field. On the field now, you'll be with the Kenyans. And you would go through them for 2 months at least. You will learn from how to nurse seeds and cultivate and even up to harvest, because we have short cycle crops. So we want to give people that full spectrum. But we also have now a 6 months program where they would be in class. They would do that 3 months as well, 1 month theory, 2 months in practicals, come back to class for another 1 month, and then go back on the field. So there is that. So people who want to come into the school program, and we guarantee that once you graduate from our program, we give you employment. If you're fit for the employment. That I don't have a problem. If I have 100 students today, they all will get jobs. That is, we have access to that.
Okay. Do you have, you said your e-learning platform is in your website?
Yes, I'm not done yet. Sorry, I have my boss next to me.
I know, right? That's the real boss indeed. Boo-boo. Hey, Boo-boo. How are you? You're good. You're such a gorgeous boy.
So that is online. That is doing something. You want to go
okay. 1 minute. Let me talk to Daddy. Okay, Daddy's gonna get to you later on. Okay.
Okay. Daddy get to work. Yeah. So how do we?
Good boy.
Yes. How do we get involved? So there is that aspect of coming in as students. You already said that. There is the aspect also of coming in as a partner or a collaborator. You can own a farm. We can train people to manage it. We can manage it for you. We have a market for the produce. So we buy all the produce and we just pay you the proceeds. We have that. But we also have cash investors. We have a lease program that we launched. We're actually updating that right now. We have a lease program which we launched. And the way we had it was you could come there and rent a greenhouse. And what we grow from that greenhouse, we sell, and then we share the process with you for a period of 3 to 6 years. We have all of that, and people will get to me. I can share that with them. So we have that. We are about to open up another program because we are having our demands have exceeded everything that we could think of. So we are even looking out to have integrated farms, because the other day I posted on my wall that I needed somebody to supply 1,000 trays of eggs every
I
month.
was going to talk about that, Roland. I was going to talk about that. You know, I saw that, and I'm thinking, it's going to be a matter of seconds, and these, I'm like, wow, what a lucky person. And to my greatest dismay, you made another post to say that you couldn't get that done, or nobody to supply. And please, can you tell us that story? I was so taken aback.
No, I was disturbed. You know, I was disturbed. I was even more disturbed because the person who finally took that contract is not even a Cameroonian. Close the door. It's not even a Cameroonian.
Yeah, you mentioned Ebombe Ewane. Please, I'm gonna get to you, okay? This is not the time, please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to you after the show, please. Just bear with me. Sorry, Mr. Fomundam, go ahead.
Yes. No, I said the person who finally got the contract is not even a Cameroonian.
Yeah, you want to take that back. That you actually put on your platform. You were in need of trays of eggs. How many? What quantity?
Yes, I have a buyer who needs 1,000 trays of eggs every month. Okay, I put up the post, and of course, the thing is that some people got to me, but every person who got to me was a reseller. You know, so they're coming to me with a reseller price. And I said, no, somebody will not be looking to buy 1,000 trays of eggs for a period of 3 years, every month. You get me? In 1 year, that's 12,000. So every month, and then you want to give them the reseller price. You have to know that many people are coming.
So we would rather have somebody produce from scratch and give for wholesale. I get it. And nobody want it.
Yeah, nobody. I thought that if we could get like 3, 4, 5 poultry farms who could come together and then say, hey, we're gonna take that.
And that's the thing, Roland. Like I'm here thinking. So are we saying that in the entire Cameroon we can't have somebody produce these eggs, and if we can't, we cannot merge egg producers, however, whatever, if that's a thing.
Yeah.
And to be able to do the supply, and it had to take a foreigner to import. Guys, can you hear what the things we do? And we keep complaining about the government, and this is why each time when the government is mentioned, when Roland debunks that, or when he says something against it, people start saying, oh, it's because he's eating with the big guns. And these are opportunities, and that's why I always say that we do hide my IDs on here. Everybody's interested in I want to hide ID. I want to talk about relationships. It's a lot about life than just relationships. And yes, I am the queen of relationships, hide my IDs like that. But this is why I had to bring people like this to come and dilute this platform with much more than just man and woman thingy. Okay, for us to empower ourselves much more. And if somebody is here like that, you follow his platform, Roland Fomundam, he's there, he's always very accessible. Take opportunity, take advantage, leverage on these opportunities that he's given, because it is a night. You will not hear this from a Nigerian. You will not. It is unheard of. If you had put this same opportunity on a Nigerian platform, I bet you we would have been having a problem of choice with the different suppliers. I live in this part of the world. I see how industrious and entrepreneurial Nigerians are. Matter of fact, they're not just entrepreneurial. They don't just have the entrepreneurial spirit. They're very daring. They will take that contract even when they don't have a poultry farm. Guess what? They will produce you eggs and send. I know what I'm talking about. I don't know what is happening to us, why we always want to be, we are scared to challenge our status quo. We're scared to, that's why Roland Fomundam, this is somebody who has been abroad for years. And if he can weather the storm, travel back to Africa, stay there, he's doing it. It is not just one of the theories we're talking about on social media. He's doing it, guys. He's living the life. Man, I'm telling you, if I ever have to pack to Cameroon, go down to Cameroon, this is my one motivation. Seriously. And like I said, Roland, I don't wear your trouser. In this thing, you know, what I'm trying to say is that as you listen to us talk, to him talk, okay, because I'm also trying to benefit from his big head like that. When you listen, guys, try and put these things in practice, okay? Get your friends to come on here and learn. These are videos that should have the 1,000 Ks. But if I was talking about a gossip right now, this place would have been filled with everybody wanting to hear something bad has happened to somebody. And this is the Cameroon we want to build. This is the Africa we want to build. And this is the life we want to live for posterity. It's not going to work. Okay? We can change the narrative. And this is why he's here to do this for us. We want to leverage on these guys. Okay, so if you're just joining, share the video, pump hearts. Okay, tag your friends to come and learn. Free knowledge to come and learn. I'm sorry, Roland, that I took your mic, and yeah.
No. You're hitting the nail on the head, you know. And I want to finish that story, okay? You see, and that's the thing. You see, Cameroon, because I want us to be. I don't want us to have a strict format in following. I want people to really. Cameroon is the only country that is in high production. Cameroon alone feeds, listen, Chad, Central Africa, Chad, you know, they have arid land. Those guys are not farmers. They are more or less nomads. We feed Chad. Central Africa is all in war. Nobody's doing any farm there right now. No one is doing anything. They're first guys who do not even like farming. Equatorial Guinea, you know, is an oil-rich country. They're not into anything farming. They import everything. Gabon, they import everything. I mean everything, even I don't even know what else you can even say. These guys import everything in Gabon. Then Nigeria has only about 5% of the arable land. They are not in production. They were oil-rich country. They never thought about farming. You understand? Then you have Congo, Brazzaville. These are 6 countries, right? None of these guys are producing. All the food comes from Cameroon. I ask myself, what are people doing?
Can you imagine?
Delhi, the person who is supplying the eggs to this client of mine is not a Cameroonian, it's a Chinese. And it's a Chinese with a poultry farm in Cameroon. do you get the irony?
Are you kidding me right now?
No. I'm so serious. It's like it saddened me, you know. I even went to my client. My client was so sad that he had to buy from the Chinese, but again, he has to meet his orders. These are orders that they export. If Central Africa wants eggs, they don't buy those eggs to sell to Cameroon. They want it's all these countries that I'm telling you about. People don't see it. It just doesn't even make it. I mean, it. I got the other time. My client wanted potatoes. I have a client who wants potatoes, right? Irish potatoes. All they put here, Santa, everywhere to good potatoes. No one can tell you that they can guarantee you 15 tons every week. I want 15 tons every week. My client even wants up to 100 tons a week. Where are people? Nobody. I put it out there. I mean, I cannot go running. I cannot really. It's tough. You understand? So for me now, even I'm getting to the point
Roland,
where, okay.
Not to cut you, how feasible is it for us to do that production, this amount of production that you are asking for in a week? Is it very feasible?
Very feasible. You see,
just so that it doesn't feel like it's too much of demand than we can supply, and we're maybe putting too much pressure on those. For those of you who are listening, because it could be like, oh, it's because we cannot, you know, the demand doesn't equate supply, all of that, so we have to borrow from here and add it here and all of that. Is it feasible for us to have these tons that are being requested for us on a daily like that?
Daily. Everything is possible. If we can export the amount of cocoa and coffee and banana that we are doing, why can we not do for any other thing?
But those are all cash crops. Maybe we've been for a long time been focused on all of that. Well, yeah, we have to restart redefining cash crop now, right?
Exactly. You know, that was actually the lies that they got us in. You know, cash crops. You know, see, the whole thing here is the thing is that we have this idea of seasonality. We all want to plant when it's rainy season, okay? So everybody rushes to the farm, occupies their 10 hectares with tomatoes. At that time, okay, if 50% gets bad, they get at least 50%. By the end of, you know, the planting starts in March. By the end of May, June, they're harvesting everything. Everyone is in the market with tomatoes.
I think our Jinga is saying the same thing you're saying. You're trying to debunk. That's why he's saying that it's not easy because we have seasons. So what he's saying is that when it's rainy season, I mean, it's like the obvious planting season and harvest season. Now we can't have all round in Cameroon like that. No. But I think Roland Fomundam debunks that.
My dear, Israel is a desert. Okay, How come Israel produces more food than 10 African countries combined? Israel is a desert. Israel is smaller than Cameroon, like 3, 4, 5 times. What do? Israelis, they dig 1 kilometer just to get water. We here, we get water rain, it passes for our front door, water goes by, right? But people still go and they still cry that water has got water. You just had water running down your roof, everything. I mean, we have this thing where people just always give these excuses, and they don't even make sense.
Roland, again, I know that I speak their minds, okay? So don't be alarmed when I'm asking these questions. How much of technology have we got to sustain all of what you're talking about? So, for instance, we want to preserve. You mentioned that mangoes are mango season and all of that. How much of technology we have? We have our very rudimentary or primitive way of agriculture in Cameroon. Maybe except for the exceptions of some of you who are coming now with this technology and all of that. How many of us would have these facilities and this technology to be able to really produce as much as you is expected, maybe internationally? I mean, to be able to compete with an international standard.
Dele, you see, we'll be made to believe that we need all those things. We're made to believe that we need tractors, we need this. There are tractors in Kribi Park, there no one is using them. We're made to believe that we need all these things. You see, we need to get to a point where we use what we have to get what we don't have. Not using what we don't have to get what we have.
Just before you answer that question, it's a lot of comments now coming. Okay, let's just project them, and you can see if you can pick some of it. We'll come back to that so you can talk about it. Gwendolyn, hi sister, I see you. Gwendolyn, that's the founder and CEO of Media, Gwendy Media. And she's saying that people would prefer to play TSA lottery than spend this time learning a profitable business like agriculture. We are also lazy and afraid to fail or failure, even before trying. I mean, you couldn't be more right about that. We have Gido and G Prisco. We were trained under a FOB program with a lot of fake promises from 2013 to present, which student has benefited from their fake grants. I'm not sure what a FOB is. Maybe Roland Fomundam will want to touch on that. Sorry?
Yeah, so I know the program.
Okay. The next one is saying that it's still him. He's saying that it would be nice if we group up ourselves. We can make it because we need more money. And I'm interested to participate and partner. Awesome. We have Claudia Tenya. Madam Deli, if you are into co-op and 6, we can also benefit from some grants like CPC. My darlings, can you guys begin to break down your abbreviations? It's not everybody who understands these terms. No, okay, I might understand them, he could understand them, but we have an audience as well. So you want to stretch all those abbreviations, you want to break them down, okay, please. How consistent is supply chain for perishable products? That's a good question as well. Let me see if I missed out on some questions. Rosie is saying that Cameroonian youths are blind in this aspect of life. They see it as dirty work, of course, and it's true. We have Kum Becklin is saying they come and use our research to make money. We have everything we need to succeed, but it seems like people just want everything handed to them. That's Gwen again. Thank you, sister. Then don't don't say go to the delegation of agriculture, PCP, ASEFA, and verify. Don't talk without research. I'm not sure of what point this comment came in, but yeah, Roland is better placed to handle all of this, and of course he's going to do that.
I don't want to go through them. Let's take like 3 questions and then let me answer them. And
well, the thing is, I think they're making more of comments like that, not
I'm
questions per
getting it.
se. But I think you
Yeah,
have like a summary of all of the ideas that have been popped in the comments, that have been put in the comments. So yeah, but before
yeah,
you get into the talking about the comments, maybe you want to round up with what you were on about before I cut you. I'm sorry about that.
yeah. What was it I was talking about?
We were on mm,
Yeah,
the
because
egg thingy, having others to. Sorry.
yeah, we're still talking about how people can get involved, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. And then you had all these questions. That's why people started having the questions about grants and stuff and stuff.
Right, right. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, no problem. Let me jump into the comments we already have, because from there we'll get into other topics. First of all, to Gwendoline, that's my personal friend, and not even that. Gwendoline was I would say she was the first journalist, I would say so, who put me on national TV.
Tell me
Uh,
about it.
no, all the way in the US she came. I mean, you don't even know how we struggled to do that. Yeah, but somebody who I think believed me from way back then, and I remain grateful for that. So Gwendoline, thank you, and grateful to have you on here. And I know she's done that for many others. So it's nothing.
She's
It's
a
nothing
sweetheart,
surprising.
man. She's a sweetheart. That's
Yes,
for
yes.
sure.
Oh, she is. She is. So yes, she said something which makes sense, and people are afraid of failure and all of that. It is the way we've been trained. We've been trained to see failure before success, and that makes it such a way that people don't even want to attempt something that they can fail in. But again, that is also because we don't have people who have failed in front of us or who have shown us their failures. For example, there is no Cameroonian billionaire, in CFA, that you can know their success story that has been written. Bill Gates' story is out there, all those guys. But tell me any Cameroonian who's made it that you actually know their real story. None of us.
Everybody's showing you the beautiful side of life,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So none of them have told us how they made it, how they failed, how they succeeded, and all those things. So there's a gap of innovation that is missing. Even our own generation of entrepreneurs, people have this, this French mentality of, they call it, there's a business model, they call it sous-marin, it means a submarine, which means that everyone should hide their business idea and everyone is swimming and hiding
You know,
until
can't
when you
keep my
get it.
idea. Then
Yes,
run with
yes.
it.
Oh, yeah, sucks. So we still have that, and we need to be able to change from that mentality where you believe that everyone is trying to steal your idea. People are hiding everything. People are hiding everything. My guy is here disturbing me. So
I'm
people are always
sorry.
trying to hide ideas and all of that. So we still have that, and we need to be able to move away from that. The other aspect is, like what I am doing. We are the first to do what we are doing. You see, we are the first to do. We are the first to do what we're doing. No one has ever done it before. No one has ever done it before, and it's very tough because we have had to learn from our own mistakes, and we've had to take it from there. If someone had done it before, it would have been easy for us to copy. But I say now that's why I'm very vocal. I say, hey, we have already done what we need to do. We have made the mistakes, and now I think people should be more comfortable to get in. The only problem now is that you find people who want to get in, but they still want to pass through the back door. As much as Roland Fomundam will sit here and tell people how we can do this, you see how people who want to come and they want to come and hire my employees or want to come behind and do some few things, and then you see how those people, you see how people who want to open a company with a similar name as mine because they want to stand to compete. And I'm just like, how do you compete with someone who's a god in what they're doing? I mean, geez, we brought this thing in this country. We have tried it in every part of Cameroon. We've built greenhouses in every part of this country. I can tell you what works, what doesn't work. We have sold to almost every type of clientele, from clients in Chad to Nigeria to Central Africa, Gabon. I can tell you the prices of all of that. We have data from different markets all around Cameroon. I mean, we have over 300 markets. We've collected data for the last 5 years. We have almost everything, you understand, like in terms of knowledge that we really do need. I want to take time to be able to give this knowledge out to people, because I want people to learn the right stuff. And that's the idea of the whole academy. We want to be able to have a platform where people now come and do it. And that's why I actually take a lot of time to promote the information that I put on my platform, because I want it to come from me, because I can verify myself and I want to talk to what I already know.
Right.
I don't just, I'm not a guy who reads people's blogs or read pages. I talk about what I do and what I know that I have done and what I am about to do.
Empirical data, my dear. I always say that.
It's all of that. So to Gwendolyn's point, again, that fear of agriculture shouldn't be there anymore. We opened the Greenhouse Academy. I will tell you guys so many things you never believe that can happen. Like I posted one day, I said, back then we had our Boya tomatoes, and today we no longer, we had tomatoes that were resistant, and then they came and told us that no, we should use these other tomatoes, and now we realize that we have the tomatoes and we have to buy their chemicals, because the tomatoes that we now have need, a lot of chemicals. But how did we even get to there in the first place? The tomatoes we had in Cameroon initially were very resistant because they adapted to our own climate. You understand? Those are you had it like the Boya tomatoes. Those tomatoes can last like 3 weeks. But at some point now they came and told us that no, those tomatoes are too big for us, since you have to consume and keep, we didn't have refrigeration. So they gave us the small ones, which are called Roma tomatoes. And those ones, they can only last you 3 days once you harvest them. They'll tell you that, no, these ones, you can harvest more fruits, you can do this. But just the cost of production, you spend more in just producing them. So to a point
yeah,
where
just in line, sorry to cut you, Roland. I think just in line is Mr. Patrick Quincy is watching from YouTube. Remember, we're streaming live directly on YouTube and on Facebook as well. So there's some people watching from there. And he has this, and that's my brother actually. So I'm happy that he's here with us. He's saying that the agricultural sector in Cameroon lacks the suitable environment to promote agriculture. We basically import most of our dairy products. So I wanted you to take that comment in line, because I thought it's in line with what you were saying.
Yes, the old age entrepreneurs, their business model was all importation. You understand? Like we even import rice when we have rice up in the north and rice in the north. We still import tomatoes. We import things that we produce. I say this with this because when I went to the market, when I went to the supermarket, I realized that they imported tomatoes from France. My dear, how is that possible? In Cameroon is the second largest producer of tomatoes, sub-Saharan Africa. How do we import tomatoes? And how does someone have the conscience to get into a supermarket and buy tomatoes because they've been imported? You should understand that we have been brainwashed to a potential that it's almost incurable.
The inferiority complex. I think we're going to talk about that. The inferiority complex of homemade products is what is happening to us. You will see we importing tomatoes from France, because somehow we've been sold the idea, the madness that France has higher, has a better product than ours. So if I'm selling whatever Roland is doing there, as long as it's homemade, it's not as ostentatious as what's coming from France. So that's why you would see those things there. I think the education for starters will go a long way for us to start sensitizing them and telling them and the importance of our own products. I think, I don't know how to summarize this.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, it's just sensitization. People, like I said, people don't know, and people would insult me that, oh, what I say it. We don't know what we don't know, and we don't even know what we do know. Many times we are confused. That's why when here people sitting in the bar, the confusion they always have is always arguing about some Ronaldinho, some guy's salary, some talking about some. I mean, sometimes it's just sad to hear the kind of arguments that people have from time to time. I said, but where are we thinking? What are we thinking? No, the whole idea about this is that people need to know, people need to be sensitized, and together we can form a platform. The whole idea I want to do with the academy, like that's why I can tell you very confidently that we can provide employment for people who we train, and not only employment. My interest is not giving people employment. I want people to work with me. I want people who we can collaborate on several platforms. As I was going to tell you, I have this I have clients. I have this client who wants potatoes, right? They want to start with 15 tons of potatoes every week. They want to go up to 100 tons. I look around all the villages from Santa to Dul to which other place. You cannot have some farmers who can come together and tell you that they can guarantee you this particular quantity and quality every week. I'm talking every week. This is, this cash flows. These are good cash flows. If you're doing 16 tons every week, I don't produce potatoes. You understand? But they come to me because they understand that I have a presence in the marketplace. So I go out there and look for who can do it. But you realize that there's nobody. And I am ashamed to go back to this person and tell them that, you know what? We don't have potato farmers who can supply you X amount every week. So we're even getting to the point where I even want to train people whom I could create farms for them to manage. I cannot manage the farms. But it saddens me that you have clients like this whom we can retain even for 10 years, but they will go and then you find a Chinese man coming to Cameroon, buying our land, producing what we could produce, and selling to a market we could be selling to. And people are complaining about other things that doesn't make sense. I mean, this is somebody, Medeli, in the next 20, 30 years, don't be surprised that we have a Chinese man who's running for minister in this country and we're clapping.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it, Roland. It's crazy. I'm just before we get back to you, Roland. There's Claudia Tenya in the comments, and I think it's a she, right? She's been on with this other guy. Let me get his name.
Yeah, I get it.
G. Prisco. I don't know if you see their comments. It's a crazy exchange in the comments, guys. I think both of them are experts at what they do, and it's in line with agriculture and all of what you're doing as well. So they're kind of trying to give their input in the comments, but they've been back to back with each other and how much of experts they are in their respective fields, which I respect that though. But I'm just saying that these guys, just wait, okay? Let's hear from our boss here, okay? Because he has us. I mean, we have him, okay? For him to give us exactly what. Yes, Roland.
I have seen their comments, and both of them are right.
Right.
That's the sad thing. Yes. You see, there have been several programs in the country that have been geared towards attracting young entrepreneurs, especially in the agro sector, and then engaging them on the promises that they will get some grants, some monies, and all of that upon graduation to set up their farms. I know some people who have actually benefited from that, even though they didn't end up doing it. I mean, there have been several challenges. You have to go to school for 2 years, and they'll finish and give you 4 million. You already know that for those 2 years, you've already been taking loans. There are many of them that by the time they finish, the money they take is to pay off a loan that they had, and then the business, it didn't go. Some of them, they get the money, they give them in bits. They had a thing where they're giving them, to give you 5 million, they'll give you 1.5 now, and this and that. Sometimes it doesn't make up the business reality that you're facing, because by the time you start, you realize that you don't have money. So a lot of them had a lot of challenges because, the money was just given, but there was really no follow-up. You understand? And even the follow-up that was done, it wasn't done very perfectly. I mean, I have worked with a lot of these students. A lot of them come to me, and I understand them. I understand where where the gaps existed. A lot of them have this lofty business idea, and then they realize that the 5 million can't do anything because you don't understand how much you're going to rent land, how much you're going to pay yourself, how much you're going to transport when you get sick. The person you employ knows that you're about to get some money. He says that, no, if you don't pay me more, I don't do the work again. There are a lot of challenges that these guys don't get, once they get into the field. So there has been that challenge. There was even the African Development Bank. I think this one I was very much in it. The African Development Bank, there was a time where they said they were doing some Enable Youth program. And the idea was to employ, I think, 5,000 youths. I mean, it was a lofty program. They had youths who left their respective job sites just to go to be a part of this. The idea was that they would have to go and stay somewhere, work for 6 months, internship, and then come up with a program, and then they get about 5 million. I mean, there was a lot of money for that, about $2 billion that was put for that program, right? They had students. Believe me, the first year you had all these students displaced. The first year, okay, after they had finished, the money didn't come out. Okay, we don't know at what level, whatever happened. Then even the second year again, they started recruiting again. I'm like, the first year students are still there. What has happened? And I don't know, I haven't heard about that program anymore. But these are some of the things that it has happened. You will not call it total failures. There are some people who have benefited from it. You understand? And again, not benefiting for long, because a lot of the youth that I remember who had started like some 5 years ago, they're not in that domain because the realities of keeping up are not really there. So they have good ideas, good initiatives, but the way they've been implemented or tried to be implemented have not really worked. The idea is to really be, and the problem also is that people like us who probably have these ideas on the ground, have these ideas on the ground, probably don't have time as much to sacrifice to do this. So they have that. So again, it's something that I said, they're both right. They have a purpose for the argument. There have been promises. Some have benefited, some have not benefited, and that's just the nature of how some things can get messed up. But again, for me, as you know, I don't put eyes on these things. I don't complain about them. Things are bound to happen. Some people are fortunate. Some people are fortunate. I'm always looking at how we make a solution to that. And our idea of the Greenhouse Academy is everything, Delhi. I want people. We even provided scholarships already. 10 scholarships. So of course,
is that what we're supposed to read on today's show?
Let me see if my staff has the list ready.
Because it will be an honor, man. We're going to be reading her. Oh my God! Those are we're reading GCE.
Let me see
read that now. Greenhouse Academy scholarship candidate.
Yeah,
I mean, on Delhi's match, it is such an honor and a privilege. Guys, I know you're just joining. Some of you share the video, pump us hearts, okay? Tag your friends to get in here and learn. Free knowledge dispensed to you on a platter like that, man. You guys, how beautiful can it get? Claudia Tenia, thank you so much. I see your very insightful comments. I think today is one of those sessions where it's been very interactive. We've had people bringing in ideas and all of that, so tag other people. Some of them are out there, they really don't know about this program, they've not heard about it, they would really want to benefit from it, so please tag your friends. Okay, we have you had the list yet?
Let's be talking. I would find the list. If any of my staff is online, they should get to them and send me that list. It's not easy.
I know, right? GC before GC, right? Okay, so Cindy Massey is saying that Mr. Roland, could the lack of supply due to farmers not seeing the needs to cooperate and get loans for bigger output, could the lack of supply due to farmers not seeing, could there be lack of supply? Is that what she wanted to say? Could there be lack of supply due to the fact that farmers are not seeing the need to cooperate and get loans for bigger output?
Yeah, no. You see, there is. Let me answer that question, right? You see, on one side, farmers will complain that they are not getting loans. On the other side, you go to the banks will say we're not seeing any credible farmers.
Keyword credible.
Yeah, credible. You don't have a farmer who has been consistent in their work. People don't take time to study what they have to do. You get me? And I think people need to be able to see that a bank is a bank. A bank will not come to you because you're a poor farmer. No, they are not giving you money to solve your poverty. They're giving money for them to stay in business. People need to understand that. You understand? Yeah, no.
They're giving money to solve poverty too, right?
No. Which bank? Which bank where? To do what? See, my dear, we have to be very realistic. You understand? There are many banks that came up and said, okay, like credit unions and microfinance, the head is for farmers. But how do you give a farmer a loan where you don't know how to track that farmer? The farmer doesn't have any land. The farmer doesn't have anything else that you can hold on. The farmer is not even willing to learn, how to understand the market. I mean, there is so much that people need to understand. I mean, I have been part of the banking system to understand why it is that. In Cameroon, it's easy. If you go to get a loan for 1 million, right? You go provide all types of collateral here, my dear. But the person who goes to get a loan for 10 billion doesn't have any collateral. You get me? Why is that? It doesn't. You see what I'm saying? And people need to understand that person who goes for 1 billion has credibility. You understand? That man might not have a structure on the ground, but that man has credibility. People don't know how to build their networks. People don't know how to make themselves credible. People don't know. Right now, Delhi, you can go on my Facebook page and you can see my story from the very first day I started this greenhouse to this very day. You understand? I don't have to tell you much.
Certainly, yeah.
There are people who want you to believe them and they don't have anything for you to show. They want you to ask them that, okay, show me what you have. They start vex. You understand? I have clients who are willing to pre-finance farmers. You understand now? We have farmers like that. You have people who are willing to work with farmers who have a cooperative. But you don't have any, you're unable to find 10 farmers who can come together and do this. You know, I put up for potatoes and for eggs. I didn't have any 10 people who came together and say, hey, Mr. Roland, you know what? We are 10 of us together. We can supply 10,000 trays of eggs every month if we all get together. You know, can you give us a contract that guarantees that you'll get it from us? And you don't have that. Every person is coming with their own and telling their own price. You don't get that. You see, you come up with a contract and say, okay, who is there to do potatoes? I don't do potatoes. I will not be going to do potatoes. But I have a contract of somebody who needs up to 100 tons. Where are all these farmers get together? And then if you need to know how you can do it every year, okay, they're answering the question of the person who talked about seasonality. How do the Israelis do it? It's irrigation systems. The only problem with the dry season is that there's no water. And that's why in place like Santa, the people there, they can grow. They have multiple seasons because during the dry season now, they have water in the valleys. So they go down to the valleys and they get their water. Some of them get a water pump and pump water uphill. But you know what? If you have to invest in agriculture, then invest in a business sense. Invest that you're at the same way you're renting land, it should be the same way you're putting an irrigation system. Irrigation is key because the three things that you need for a farm is water, sunlight, right? And the farm itself. Those two things, you cannot go without that. So if people can invest simply in just irrigation, and irrigation is not expensive. It's not expensive at all. With irrigation system, you can now, all my farms have boreholes. So I dig water to get everything. It's very, very important. You understand? I either have a farm which is by a stream or I get a borehole. I don't get a farm and depend on God to give me rainfall. Like 90% of farmers in Cameroon just depend, everybody's waiting for the March season to have rain. But again, the amount that you are using, you are losing. If you invest in an irrigation system, you would be winning. It's simple mathematics. There's no other way to it. But people haven't seen that. But you know, and the problem is that the typical farmer in Cameroon, right, doesn't understand cost and benefit. Ask your mama in the village that how much did you spend to produce this tomato? All the tell is that no, I rented land for 50,000. The seeds I didn't buy because I just recycled the seeds from the last season. The manure is foul manure that those my little fowls that I have behind the house. I use the manure. This mommy doesn't understand that her time is important. If she was paying herself, she don't understand that her land, the value of the land is depreciating. What's the depreciation value? She don't understand that the chicken manure that she's getting there, it needs to be accounted for. All those things go into the cost. That's why the typical farmer who farms their tomato in Bamenda will sell it for 100 francs. That same tomato in Douala sells for 1,000 francs. The person who makes more money is the person in between, not the farmer. You get me? And that's why you now have farmers who do not care about the cost and benefit, who do not care about investment in their farm, and who just use agriculture as a last resort. No. Listen, now you realize that all the billionaires in the world are coming into agriculture. Bill Gates is now the largest landowner in America. Dangote now is entering into tomato. Dangote said if he knew of it, he would have done agriculture. This thing you don't need any brain scientists to come and tell you that agriculture is the way to go. The world population is getting to 9 billion. Everybody wants to eat. Then you and I will live to eat. If there's no food, we will not do anything. You understand? We live to eat and we eat to live. That's all we do. That's all we are born to do. This whole work that we end up doing, that is just camouflage. Everything else we are living to eat. People will do everything to eat. Food would always be there. That's why the white man didn't want us to handle food. See, Delhi. The day that Cameroon becomes, or Africa becomes food sufficient, we will not need any of these white NGOs in this country, in this Africa. We will not need any donations. We will not need anything. You get me? But people don't get that. They would always make us believe that agriculture has no value, and we are buying into it. People want to get into oil, people want to get into this. Those things would all finish. Someday, Elon Musk is making us believe that someday we will need only electric cars. All those things, gold, diamond, all those things, now they are fabricating gold and diamond in the laboratories. You understand? We will not need those things. But your food, my dear, you will never go wrong with your food. And we need our natural food. The reason why Corona affected the Western world way more than the African population is because we have a natural adaptation to our food. You know it, in the white man's country, our egg is chemical. You know, we now have egg that is in a container like you have a gallon of milk. You understand? How do you eat that? Your body is not meant for that. We are more or less, you know, we are not that. We cannot go there and want to live on what the white man lives and believe that that's our diet. That is not our diet. I need to eat my fufu, my plantains, my cocoyam, my achu. I need that food. I cannot live on burgers and whatever these guys have. That is not our diet, but the guys, they're okay with it. You understand? So there's a lot that we are not seeing. There's so much that, I mean, I said it with so much passion because, I mean, I'm so disheartened that I have a Chinese man who comes to Cameroon and buys land from a Cameroonian and produces and then sells to a market that Cameroon was supposed to sell, and then exports the excess to his country, China, and feeds himself. And then we are here, we are complaining that the government doesn't give us. The government has made agriculture the most attractive sector. Now you can import tractors, caterpillars, anything for agriculture. Nobody asks you anything. You've never heard a farm being sealed by a taxation manager because the owner of that farm did not pay taxes. You understand? When people complain that, oh, taxes, you've never heard a farm being sealed because you didn't pay taxes. No. That is agriculture is the only domain where you, a civil servant, can have a farm and the government will never check your money, anything. That's why most of the farms are owned by civil servants. But civil servants who have farms, they allow other guys to manage it. They are not there to manage it. So nobody knows what is happening to farm. That's why farms are failing. Most of those people who own farms don't even know what they're doing on the farms. They don't even have any idea. The people who have learned about agriculture, they are not the ones investing. You get me? So the school trains people who want to work in the offices. Those in the offices are looking for people to manage the farms. There's nobody to manage the farms. So we have a very dysfunctional system idea. That's just the way to put it. And we need to find a way to align it. And my goal is that it is giving someone like me a lot of work. A lot of work, why? Because I recruit people from agricultural schools a lot. I cannot tell you how many students I have worked with from any agriculture, and people, they will tell you, my guys will tell you, my team tells you, I don't depend on resumes. Anybody who is coming, you want to work. I don't think there's anybody who I've turned down for employment anytime, because you come in, you get. I mean, there is always work. The more people I can have, the more work I can provide. You understand? I just need people who are trusted enough to handle work. Because if I'm managing your farm, you expect me to have somebody who is diligent enough to manage it. And I just need people. But you don't have people who are actually ready to say that, okay, no, this is a profession that I want to take. That's why I'm getting more interested in people who didn't even study agriculture, who've now found it as a passion. You see, so the opportunities that we are jumping over in this domain of agriculture, my dear, they are so enormous. People don't even see it. I mean, China has 6 million hectares of land in Africa, and of those 6 million hectares, 40% is in Cameroon. How is that? And we sit here and we are hoping that things will get better. How? When the person, when the person who controls your food controls everything about your economy, you controls your life, your everything, your politics, controls your
tell me about it.
Everything. You understand? That's the thing. Now we are allowed to control but just the fact that people can control your food, they will control your genes, they control everything. If they want women of a particular generation to not be able to conceive, they just need to tweak a few things in your diet.
Exactly.
They've tried it, they've done it. It's not, I'm not just saying something, that it is done in Kenya and several places, but people are not seeing. You understand? And we're just here, we're talking about things that do not even matter. That's what doesn't just make sense to me, because we spend so much time talking about things that do not matter. And these guys, they are pumping us with commercials on our TV, making us watch this, watch that, watch that, watch that. It's not going anywhere. But again, it's not complaining about what is not working. Let's talk about what is working. What is working is that we have a Greenhouse Academy, and all this knowledge. What I'm saying here is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, there's a lot that I would be glad to share with people.
Exactly.
I will tell you
Thank
guys,
you so much, Roland. I'm having I'm having an interesting time listening to you, and I'm equally having an interesting time in the comments. It's Claudia Tenya again, and Jindo. What's his name? Jido. I don't know if you want to take our time and just glance through some of their comments. No, I'm happy, guys. I'm really happy that we have a lot of you, and the comment section is really booming, because severally when we have these shows, people just listen, more like they're lost, more like they cannot situate themselves, more like it's a bit high standard for them. But having people to come on here and relate, make relatable comments and very insightful ones, I'm happy. I'm happy, and I'm certain Roland is happy as well, because you don't want to come and waste your time like that. Okay.
Sure.
Patrick again. Patrick has been on YouTube. There's this other guy. There's a guy here, Atanganji. I saw the name. I just started laughing. Like, Grand Atango na you. So it's asking if you have. Do you have drip? Do you sell drip tapes? I'm not drip tapes. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah. We have drip tapes. We have everything in agriculture. Even we have access to it. Anything you need, from seeds to irrigation pipes to fertigation systems, we have it all.
We have Labi Kenke. He's also watching from YouTube. He has really been impressed with your with all of what you're saying. We have Claudia. Is it Candy Van some I forgot. She was here last time. She was very active. I think she said her network is not doing her justice today. Hey guys, we've been 1 hour 30 minutes and counting. Yes, it's just about time for us guys. Palm hearts. Okay. Yes, let's take a very quick commercial break. Share the video, palm hearts, tag your friends. Okay, when we come back, Roland is going to take some of your questions, and of course explain more of what to expect regarding greenhouse ventures. Stay with us, don't go nowhere.
Hey, darling.
Hello, honey.
I brought you this.
You got me a new blender.
Oh, yes. Thanks to the more money I've been receiving through Moneyfex.
How come?
I receive more money through Moneyfex because they have the best exchange rates as compared to the last senders I was receiving.
Meaning you've been saving more?
Oh, yes. Use Moneyfex to receive more for less from abroad with their best exchange rates and save more. Always find the best rates to Cameroon with Moneyfex. Receive more money through Moneyfex today. Moneyfex, fast, easy, and cheap money transfer service to Cameroon.
One of the things that make me feel very beautiful and very confident as a brown-skinned woman is choosing the right skincare products. So here, guys, I feel of the products that I use that make me feel very beautiful, very confident. And if you have any skin issue, be it acne, hyperpigmentation, or oily skin, dry skin, whatever problem it is you're facing with your skin, trust me, Escape is here for you. Escape is actually formulated to suit all skin types, all melanated skin types. So when you use this, you see how confident I'm feeling. This is going to be you after using Escape products. Trust me.
Good news for Cameroonians living abroad and taking care of their loved ones back home. You can now purchase medications from the Your Farm app and have them pick them up from a local pharmacy. Here's how it works. Payer's journey. Number 1, you search the medication by typing in the name. Number 2, then you select a pharmacy in a city where your loved one lives. Number 3, you make the purchase using PayPal or credit or debit card. Number 4, you send the unique confirmation code to the recipient. Recipient's journey. Number 1, the recipient presents a confirmation code at the pharmacy and collects the medication. Download Your Farm app now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hi. I'm glad that you guys stay tuned to the program, just so that we can have this very interesting show. Thank you so much, guys. I see you in the comments, Palm Hearts. Before we get Mr. Roland back on screen, I see Kum Becklin. I see you, Rosie, Ngonga Beauclay, Claudia Tenya, Kum Becklin, Patrick Quincy, Kum Becklin again, Awanjiga Jinga Man, I guess I got it right. Acha Sarah, we have Ashu Nancy, we have Sorry, guys. Cindy Marcy. We have Atanga Paul. Like I'm asking if that's our minister. We have yeah, Kumbe Clean. We have all of you, Jido G Prisco. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for the very intellectual exchange. I see you guys in the comments. I'm really very, very impressed. Thank you so much. When Mr. Roland comes back, he's going to be announcing, guys, the list of those who made it to the scholarship of Greenhouse Academy. So guys, you want to open your ears, maybe you're part of it, who knows, because it's still a surprise. I guess this is the first time this list is going to be read. So far we have 6 persons who have been granted the scholarship, and guess what, there's still room for 4. So when Mr. Roland comes on here, he's going to tell us more about what is expected, how this what criteria got these persons selected, and of course the 4 openings that are left, how you guys could be part of it. Okay, Roland Fomundam again. Tada! Welcome back, Mr. Roland.
Yes, my dear.
Right. So thank you so much for the opportunity you're giving us. We appreciate you. We're grateful. Okay. I want somebody ask a question. I would love for you to take maybe the questions in the comments before you get on the list. Okay. And then, of course, the remaining opportunities, at least for daily smart jobs following, to leverage on. So Rosie is saying that please, Mom, let Mr. Roland answer my question. How long does it take to be in the school? So how long does it take for, I guess, before graduation?
Yes, like I said, we have 2 programs. So the government has approved us to issue out 3 diploma programs. One is in green and sustainable agriculture. And the other one is in innovation and entrepreneurship, and the other is in greenhouse farming, just greenhouse.
Okay.
So we have a 3 months and a 6 month course. 3 months, like I said, for the 3 months program, you have 1 month, which is just theory and online. We have an in-class and online for 1 month. And during that period, all we're talking about is like the things that I'm sharing with you, business opportunities, how to start, where people have failed, like different case scenarios. It's just kind of igniting different ideas, you know, and we'll have people come up with their case studies, what they can do, and all of that. And I want to be able to guide people on that note. So if you have some people who are part of a cooperative, you know, they want to learn how they can get better, or people want to learn how to get partners, whatever, all of that, we can do that in a month. Then for 2 months now, it's on the field. 2 months in the field, and when I mean on the field is with the Kenyans. I told you I have Kenyans here working with me, so 2 months with them on the field, and they will take you now on the practical sessions of everything. And now it's not only greenhouse farming, we're doing outdoors as well, because we have a lot of demand. So right now we are producing things, but everything vegetables. We're doing bell peppers, strawberries, tomatoes, cabbages, beetroots, lettuce. We're doing all spices. We're doing spices from persil, basilic, mint, coriander. I think that's the list we have as of right now. So there's a lot you have to learn. And we're also doing feed fodder for people who have chickens and pigs and all of that. We're doing that for them. There is that we're doing. So there's a lot that you have to learn. But for those now who are part of the 6 months program, you would come back to class now after this 3 months for 1 month again, and then go back on the field again for 2 months. So it's either for you to choose a 3 months program or a 6 months program. Or you can also take the 1 month program, which is just a theory and lecture. We have a lot of people abroad who are taking the online program, and we want to find ways to be able to accommodate them. We may not be able to follow you one-on-one for the practicals. We might just have a platform where we upload our videos and you can watch, and if you now need some additional follow-up, you can then get to us and we can arrange how we can make that happen. So to your question, there is a 1 month program, there's 3 months, and there's 6 months.
Okay, cool. Roland can be found. Well, you're gonna give your contact details after, I guess, after the show. People are asking, somebody's asking, Achasera is asking, how can someone apply for the scholarship? Some other person, I think Claudia asked if you have need for lecturers in your academy. Another person asked what the school fee is, or is how much the school fee is, the fee is.
Okay.
And another person is asking, where exactly are you based? Apart from the e-learning platform, the practicals, is it Douala, is it Yaoundé? Where exactly do we have to move, or we have all of these in the different regions of Cameroon?
Yeah, so let me try to answer all the questions. As of right now, and I start from the last. As of right now, the training session would be in Douala, because that's where that's where we have the Kenyans working. So it's a unique experience. I want us to get a lot from them. Once we have a lot of people who learn from them, now we can start putting up the other centers. Of course, we have farms in Yaoundé, we have farms in Limbe. We're opening up farms now in Bangante in the western region. So we would have farms. We have farms in Douala, of course. So for now, the practical session would be in Tbombari, which is where we have our big farms. But the theory, we would be sharing classrooms with Philippe University, which is here in Bonamusadi in Douala. So we'll be there, where I would be. But of course, people can log in from different places and we'll be able to connect to it. So I will be sharing more information on that. My pages are there. So the person asking how they could apply. If you follow my pages, I usually do a lot of offers on there. So there was a day I put up and said, okay, the first 10 people who would have to apply. I posted and said we needed people who were interested in being part of the academy. And many people commented. And then we came back and said, okay, there was a process for the people to apply, right? Why we should give it to you, what will you do, and this and that. So some people already submitted. So the 6 people who have selected so far are those who submitted their applications. Like I said, we give room for 10 people. So any person will just have to basically get on my platform once I make the next announcement in terms of when we open again to take the applications. But we start our classes on the 15th of June. So the session in Douala starts 15th of this June. The next session will be in Limbe, which will start on the 15th of July. The next session might be the online sessions. The next session might be in Yaoundé. The next session might be in Yaoundé. So, but I want to see how we can rotate to a point where we can make sure we meet people where they are. But since it's also online, but again, having an in-class presence is different from online. So we can always make that happen. Yeah, thank you, Delhi, for having our numbers up. So yes, if you have any questions to be part of anything, call any of the numbers. Also reach out to them on WhatsApp. They would always be there to respond. Anything about the academy, anything about any of our products, getting greenhouse, getting involved, anything. Those are the main numbers you can reach out to.
Thank you so much, Roland. I'm just about to put in, you might want to keep taking, if you have to take questions in the comments. Let me see how to project the names. I'm trying to put it so that you can read them. Anyways, to see if we can project them on the screen. Okay, maybe just check in the comments if you can see more, or if there's any other thing you want to say.
Yes,
or maybe talk about the scholarship before we project the names.
Yeah, no, let me finish answering because somebody talked about, I'm seeing the question. Somebody talked about if we need lecturers. Of course, we want to share knowledge, and people who have knowledge to share, we're always open to that. So just reach out to me on my Facebook page, send me a message, and we can talk from there. Somebody said we don't have, our installment payments possible. Yes, we have installmental payments, 3 payments. So yes, talking about the academy, the 1 month program is 100,000. Which is just the online and in class, and there it's all knowledge based, but also looking to see how, if I want to work with groups who want to come together and mold themselves into certain, into professionals whom can be referred and get referrals and all of that. The 3 months program is 250,000 plus a 10,000 registration, I think, and the 6 months program is 450. I would think that so. That's how we have the programs, and you get your degrees and diplomas at the end of the day. Yes, and of course, one thing I was going to say also is if you're taking like a 3 months or 6 months program, the number of hours that you need to validate. So the online program has a number of hours, and then the practical sessions have a number of hours. So for the practicals, you know, we have farms in Bombari. You would have to go there. If you want to be doing that every day, that's fine, but it's not an everyday thing. But of course, if you want to be there every day, that's totally fine. The more, the better. That's fine. Let me see the other question I was going to answer. Yes. Who else? Okay, how can someone apply? Okay, I think I already answered that. So yeah, I think I've answered, unless there's any other question someone has, but I think I've answered, and things I've talked about, I've answered most of the questions.
Okay. So tell us about the scholarship then.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you know, not everyone could afford. I think it's on the basis of affordability, and but you know, not everyone who says that I want to be a part is ready to be a part. People submitted an application, and I asked them those two basic questions: who are you, your background, and I mean, basic, of course, the background, and then why should we give you a scholarship? And then what will you do once you graduate? You know, what is it you hope to do? I just wanted to get that from people, and
I can
sadly enough,
imagine the responses you get. You
yeah, you know,
got.
sadly enough, you know, people write, you know, some people just take things like anyone just write anything, and I said you can just write it on the paper, snap it, and send. I don't complicate, you know. But yeah, we didn't get, so I'll reopen that to get the remaining 4 spots that are left. So I hope that maybe some of your people here would be.
Well, I think for especially those of them who are following up on here, I think they should be the ones to benefit from it because they can log in, put data, come on here, listen, share video, tag friends, and then we're putting it open to everybody on the platform. No, for the few, it's just 4 spots. So, guys, for those of you listening, it's a scholarship program for Greenhouse Academy. You want to be part of this, you want to benefit from. Okay, so we have 6 so far who have been selected. I'm not sure if they're part of this platform, but if they are, good thing. If they're not, you can still tag them just so they know that, okay, they have been granted the very rare privilege of being part of this scholarship. Okay, Mr. Roland, do I project the names or do you call the names or how do I do it?
Yeah, let's just call the names.
Okay.
What are they?
So guys, you're gonna see it on your screens, okay? You see your name, you don't pass GCE for Greenhouse Academy.
Okay, yeah, you can just project the name. I think just put it on the screen. I think as it is, it's fine.
Okay, so I think all of the names are there. So
Yes,
Greenhouse Ventures, oh, I put Ventures instead of Academy. I think I'll
that's
have to
fine.
edit that.
It's still it's the same company.
Well, it's the same thing. Okay, no worries. Let me just let me just put an A rather. Okay. So that's it. So Greenhouse Academy Scholarship Successful Candidate List. I had to put a list again. I missed out on that, but it's okay. Guys, so if you see your name on the screen, know that you have been selected. Okay, from the list of the many others who actually went in. You've been privileged to be part of Greenhouse Academy, and I guess Mr. Roland is going to be telling you the way forward from here. It had to be they had initially 10 slots, spaces for the scholarship. Just 6 has been taken, so 4 is for the Dallas matchups of viewers. Okay, those of you on here. So I'm not sure what criteria they would have to meet for you to take. I don't know. Are you going to select them maybe after the show in the comment section? I'm not sure. Or what do they do? Do they have to write to you again and tell you why they want to be part of this scholarship program? I don't know.
Let me send them an email. They will just write and send to. I think since they're on the platform, we give them that that room, right?
Okay. So just give me. I'm gonna write it and we project it.
Yes. It's so 2 things that we ask: why should you get a scholarship, And what importance will you do to you upon graduation, you know, if you take course with us? Those are the two questions. But of course, we need a little your name, you know, background, anything that is good
I
enough.
need the email.
And they need to know that, and we need to know that they are part of the Delhi. They should say they should mention that they got it from Delhi's matchup.
Right. Okay. So first of all, the email.
Okay, let me type the email for you.
Okay. Greenhouse Academy Scholarship. I hope I got it right. I'm typing. I can't see what I'm typing. One. Mr. Roland, can you take over the questions again? Why are they interested?
Yes. No. What will yeah, why should we give them the why should we offer you a scholarship? And what will you do upon graduation? Yeah, what will you do upon completion of the course?
But you do upon graduation of the course. Maybe you want to talk about the different courses. We have different courses, right? Can you retake them again, please? I missed out on that.
Yes. We have a course on I mean they should be able to get on our webpage, our Facebook page, Greenhouse Academy Cameroon. Should I send you the link?
Yes, please. Greenhouse Academy. I don't need the link because I'm using my dashboard. If I get off the link, it's gonna take me out.
Okay.
Yes, if you want
Greenhouse
to read it
Academy
out so
Cameroon.
that I'll write it and put it on the screen.
Just search for Greenhouse Academy Cameroon. Or even my page. From my page, you can go to it as well. So.
Okay, guys. So Greenhouse Academy Cameroon. Get on Google, type that. It's gonna come up.
No,
Okay.
Facebook.
On Facebook. On
The
Facebook.
Facebook page. Yeah.
On the Facebook page, yeah. So get on Facebook, type Greenhouse Academy Cameroon, or you can contact Mr. Roland Fomundam. That's his name on the screen, the top of our screen. You see that's his name on there. He's very, very accessible. Or you get through to them via these contact details on the screen. That's the number. I wanted the email. I'm going to definitely update. Have you got the email offhand, Mr. Roland?
Yes. info@greenhouseventures.com.cm, sorry.
Okay, email info.
Yeah, info@greenhouseventures.com. Or just do academy@greenhouseventures.cm, sorry.
Academy.
At greenhouseventures.cm.
I hope I spelled it right.
Well, if it doesn't go, they have the numbers on the screens to contact, and you can send it via WhatsApp as well.
I got it. So email us through that. So that's everything. You can watch this show later on. This show is going to be on the platform on YouTube. He shared it on his page. It's on my private page as well. You can always screenshot what we're doing now and keep, okay? So just so you have access to the information. I'm going to project again the list of the scholarship successful candidates for the scholarship on there. So that's it. Tag these persons, okay? So that they come and know that they have succeeded. They should be jubilating because this is a very rare opportunity and a privilege, you know, for them. And those of you on Delhi's matchups, you want to. I know I didn't type properly. Just bear with me. Those are the questions you would have to answer rather, when you get into his box. Okay, guys. I guess if you miss out on anything, then that's it. But I think so far so good. Okay, we have a lot of persons in the comments. It's been so many comments for you, so many persons. So people are saying, wow, waiting, Greenhouse Academy. Thank you, Jay Martins. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Papa. You're always there, supportive, very supportive. So he has just posted the link, the Facebook page link on there for every one of you to see. That's it. So Jay Martin is a blogger and influencer par excellence. I read the other day and I said that his net worth is how many billion, Jay Martin? I put an inside comment again. Me these people see your net worth, man. We are net worth again. Okay, so you want to check him out on all his platforms. He has J Martins Aqua, J Martins Promo, J Martins, all about one fine young man. Okay, so thank you so much for the immense support. Thank you, I appreciate you. I have Fortune Princeway. Thank you, Fortune Princeway. You're late today, so don't know how the selection is done. However, good luck, guys. Okay, thank you so much. Claudia Tenya is there. Saying that's true. Watch your screen. It's really watch your screen. Your name is number 7. Who is that? Cindy Marcy. Is that you? Okay. Okay, I get it. So there were 6 names. Number 7. Perfect. I like that. I like that spirit. We have you, all of you guys. Thank you. Yeah, so Jay Martin is saying that we need more information so we can spread the vibes. Anyways, for those of you who are part of this show, that's you benefit from it, okay? Because it's just 4 places needed. If we put it out there, it's gonna be too many people crowding his box, just to get it. But hey, remember your code is Delis Matchups. I'm a member of Delis Matchups. Otherwise, you're not gonna be taken. So yeah, we have Jarvis Ebois, which says for now, is there any website where we can get more info? So yeah, is there any website?
Yeah, we have a website, greenhouseventures.cm. We have a Facebook page, Greenhouse Ventures Cameroon. I mean, just if you, people should not be asking that question again. We are almost everywhere on the web. So just if you, and I don't want people to get part information. I think Jay Martins is doing well, just posting that link on there. If you go from the link, you get a website, get any other information that you need. All our pages are linked up from Twitter,
Can I have the website again, please?
Greenhouseventures.cm, just like how you have the email.
I hope I got it right. Well, nobody should keep writing me now. You're distracting. People keep sending me messages on. They know that I'm live. It's not fair, man. I'm safe. So guys, this is it, okay? Let's, where is it? I was saying this is it. Let's see if I'll put it up. Okay, so those are the details on the screen. You have the contact numbers, you have the email address, and then you have the website. So nobody should,
All set?
All set, okay? So guys, thank you so much we've had a very interesting show today. I'm really happy, okay? Not as many people turn out as we would have loved to, but hey, it was very interactive and I really had fun. I learned a lot. Thank you so much, Mr. Roland. Maybe a final word for us. Let's use the 2 minutes we have to round up.
Yes, so someone asked the question, where's the academy located? Like I said, the main farms, we have them in Tibombari, in Douala. But the 1 month online program would be held, of course, at Phoenix University, which is in Bonamusadi. A lot of this information would be on our Facebook page for you guys to have, because again, daily, like I said, there's a lot of things I'm just announcing on your platform. So just permit me, by tomorrow morning, we'll be able to have updated all our pages with the good news that we have. J Martins, bro, thank you so much, man. No, hey, it's J Martins is .cm, not .com.
Yeah, it's .cm actually. It is
Yeah,
.cm.
.ca, not .com. So yeah, just convert that. So so yes, we would have that, and candidates. We have an office. Our office is at it's in Bonamusadi, Carrefour Maitu, the same place where you have J4B Bakery, the same building where you have St. Louis University, just that roundabout.
Don't
Where
worry, you
that's
can just call these numbers and you're gonna have all of these
yes.
details,
So
okay?
any information that you need, just call the numbers, email or text them on WhatsApp, whichever, they'll get to you with all that information. No, I mean, on a final note, Delhi, I just want to thank you for the work you're doing. And to the followers, I just want to thank you guys for your interactions. You know, sometimes we come online, we want to share information, and people are not there to trigger stuff. You know, I don't prepare notes to come and talk. I come and I want to share based on who is there and who's listening, who is asking questions. So it is that. But I want you guys to turn up for the academy. Believe me. Those who've been following me know what I can share on. There's a lot. I have a problem because there's a lot that many of us need to be doing, and there's a lot that many of us are not doing. And it doesn't need capital. I think that's one thing that if we wanted to ask me, I could talk about. It doesn't need capital. One of my early times on Daily Show here, I told them that the first thing you need to start a business is never capital. Anybody who starts with needing capital always heads, you know, towards some failure. You need a team, okay? You need a team, and even if you are alone, you still need a team. You need a team. A team. The team is the team that brings you capital. Because if you want good capital, somebody cannot invest in you alone. Because what happens if you are not there, if you become incapable? The only time somebody can invest in you in a substantial amount is when they realize that you have a team. It's not okay if this guy is not around tomorrow. That's the reality of business. So you need a team. And I want to be able to form several teams. I want to be able to work with several teams. We have a company that is growing, and it is growing at a rate faster than we ever envisaged, faster than we can actually contain. And I want to engage so many Cameroonians. I think anybody who follows me on my pages understands that I've always been very vocal and I've always been very Pan-African. I want to engage many of us because I see the opportunities. I want to engage. I get demands like things like potatoes. I don't do potatoes. But of course, if I have somebody who does that, it is a market for you. I will not even ask for commission. You know, for me, I want us to be able to block all these areas. It makes no sense that we're here. We should be the ones exporting to other countries. Somebody should not come into our country and export the same thing that we have to export to the same
Tell me
market that we
about
have.
it.
You know, it doesn't even make sense. Leave them take the oil, leave them take the gold, the diamond, leave them take the timber, leave them all those things that they have been taking. You don't have to worry. They would come back to food. Everything they're doing for, they will come back to food. So you guys, I need people to get involved in the agricultural sector. We have made agriculture very different. Delhi, you've seen it. We've made agriculture, like they say, very sexy. Farming, the farming we do now is not the farming where you need 1 hectare of land. You need to go somewhere 10 kilometers in the bush. You need to be looking for tractors. You need to, no, you don't need any of that. I mean, if you have even just 1,000 square meters, believe me, I think Delhi, give me 2 minutes. Let me talk a little bit about what greenhouse really is, because maybe just talking, people didn't really get that. Let me give you a simple example. If you plant tomatoes outdoors, right? And Delhi, follow this with me. You have, let's say you have 1,000 square meters. You plant tomatoes. You plant 1,000 tomato plants outdoors. What happens is that those outdoor tomatoes, they call them determinate varieties. They grow to a height of about 1 meters in height. Each tomato can produce only about 1 kilogram, at most 1.2 kilograms. Okay, so on the average, what you will probably get from that 1,000 square meter or 1,000 tomato plants is just about 1 ton of tomato. You get me? And again, if about 30% gets bad, which is always the assumption for outdoor tomatoes, you know, you lose on the wind passes, the rain falls, pigs pass, you pass, the thunder, everything, wind blows your flowers, blows your tomatoes away, you lose about 30%. And then insects and other things come and eat, you lose again about 10%. So you'll be harvesting only about 60% if you really have a good harvest. Okay, so that's about 600 kilograms that you can harvest. But again, if you put a greenhouse on 1,000 square meters, okay, On 1,000 square meters, you on 1,000 square meters, and you have the same 1,000 tomatoes. Let me not even complicate it. You have the same 1,000 tomato plants. Within a greenhouse, what happens? We have tomato plants that can grow. Instead of just growing 1 meters, they can grow up to 12 meters in height. You understand? So, and every time as they grow up, they are producing. So you see that on the same surface area, you can harvest 12 kilograms. Whereas doing outdoor, you can harvest only 1 kilogram. You see, so when you are living on 1,000 square meters outdoor farms with only one, well, let's just say 1 ton, if nothing got bad, I am coming out with 12 tons. It's simple logic. That's the way the wine man used it to get ahead of everything. So they focus on vertical farming. You know, when you own this land to heaven.
When you're talking about this vertical farming thingy, I'm not sure how this, for instance, you're using the tomato option. Are you saying that there's more to how much these plants can grow as long as they have enough space vertically?
Yeah, there are different varieties. There's a variety of tomatoes they call indeterminate.
Is that because the local tomatoes that I grew up knowing has its limit, so it's not about vertical or horizontal or whatever.
It's the variety that you use. So it's the variety that you use. That's why I'm saying that.
I get it now. I get it. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So you have a variety that only grows
you guys
1
have
meter.
revolutionized this thing, like I'm saying, man. Yes. I mean, you made it so sexy.
And the
we want to paint our nails and put up all our wigs and still come and do farming and still feel sexy.
And the beauty of it is that we now reproduce our own seeds, which are seeds adapted to our own locality. So a seed that I use in Bamenda will probably not be the same seed I use in Douala. Probably not be the same I use in Marwa. No, probably not the same I use in Yaoundé.
Wow.
You see,
wow.
So yes,
and just
have
for the record, guys, it is all organic. Just so we know, okay?
Oh yes.
Before you say,
yes.
we processed.
We're looking to promote a lot of natural cultivation. You see, I wrote once on my platform that organic farming seems cheaper than inorganic, but we've been made to believe that inorganic farming is the best, and people want to argue that, but there's nothing to argue about that. You cannot even argue that. It makes no sense.
I don't even understand how people want to even argue that.
Yeah, because the cost and benefit. Why eat something where it will take you to the hospital? Now you end up treating yourself more than you're healing yourself. Food is to heal, not to get you sick. You understand? If you hear all these high rates of things like cancer and all of that, all these chemicals that we eat that are not soluble, that we eat and then they remain in our body, and they have to chop off our lungs and parts of our stomachs, and people complicate. I mean, you cannot. It's no brainer. The thing is, we need to find ways, and we have all these natural things. The same chemicals that they sell back to us in containers are the same chemicals that they harvested from our farms and then went to the labs and they synthesized them and then came and sold them back to us, put them in a container, put a label to it. You understand? I mean, that's
packaging. Talk about packaging.
Yeah, it's
Mr. Roland, I think we're gonna go do this all day. If I don't catch you, I know since we'll sleep here. So
let's leave it at that. Thank you so much, Deli. Thank you so
much.
Guys,
I should be thanking you, man. I should be thanking you. It's a lot of people still asking questions. Like you can tell, like they'll keep you all day. So they're asking when next are we having you? So let us know.
Deli, you're putting me on the spot, right?
Yeah, I should, because you don't want to make me take your spot. So just finish your fufu.
We will do it. Normally we have it every 2 weeks. Let's just hope that 2 weeks we are able to make it happen. So, thank you so much for your participation. Thank you so much for your exchanges. Thank you so much for all of you who are sharing. I always say that if you have something good going on in your farm, if you don't share those same seeds with your neighbor, that's a person who come and steal your crops. So if you have some good knowledge and you don't share with your friend, and you start doing something good, that's the same person who come and steal from you. So if you find out what we've said is good knowledge, please share as much as possible so that we can create a world of people who are self-sustainable and very independent. There will be no thieves. We believe in a world where there are no thieves. Right, Deli?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Roland. Thank you so much. We appreciate
You,
you.
you have a
We're
good
looking
one.
forward to having you next, two weeks time. So not this Wednesday, not this coming Wednesday, the next
Next one.
Wednesday, guys. Same venue, same time, 7. So it's gonna be 7. Will be earlier than today, okay? And come ready with your questions. Maybe, of course, it's gonna come with something a bit different. But remember, everything is going to be case study greenhouse ventures, because that should be our case study. We don't need to be taking companies, international companies, just to want to do what when we have ours. Okay. Thank you, guys. And like I said, these contact information on the screen and get to him, okay, so that you can complete the list of the scholarship. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Roland. I'll see you again. Okay, hopefully we'll see you again same time. Pump him hearts as he leaves, guys. Pump hearts for Mr. Roland. Pump him hearts. More hearts. Hearts, guys. Hearts. All right, Roland. See you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Deli. Have a good night.
You too. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so now me what I did now. For those of you who are still here, I'm just gonna end the video. But before then, I will play a seminar that is coming up in the United States in 2 months' time, or less than 2 months. Okay, so it is organized by Dr. And Mrs. Gaffson. You want to be part of it, okay? It's the Leeds Mission International. So it's the leading women conference and the Leeds men conference as well. So I'm going to be one of the speakers. I am one of the speakers, and I hope that you guys can register. For those of you in Africa, it's free. You can register and of course partake when that time comes online. It's free. So just watch the video, okay, and share again. Watch the video, and you can take a screenshot at the end of the video just so that you see the details on there, and you can get on their website and of course register. I said for those of you in Africa, it's free. For those of you in parts of Europe, it's just a token, a tiny token. So you also want to be part of it, okay? Thank you guys so much. Do not go away. Stay tuned. Watch this video and take advantage of it and be part of this seminar that is coming up. I love you all so much. Okay, peace. I blow you kisses. Bye.
Hello, my name is Madison Gafison.
And I'm Claudia Gafison.
And we are the founders of Lead Missions International. We are so excited to announce to you our 2021 suite of conferences.
We all know how the last 12 months have been, but we believe that this is the time to arise and take the lead in our lives, families, communities, and the nations.
That is why we are inviting you to our Men Lead Conference holding July 21st and 22nd in Mission, Texas.
And our Leading Lady Conference on July the 23rd and 24th in Mission, Texas.
In our Men Lead Conference this year, we are exploring leadership above and beyond.
And for our ladies, we'll be exploring the 3 V's: vision, values, and voice.
You know how the bar of leadership keeps dropping in our society today, but we believe that now is the time to arise and to go above and beyond and to set the stage for the right kind of leadership that we want in our families, in our communities, and in our nations.
Ladies, we shall be uncovering how to add a voice to our vision and values as we live out our true calling as leaders in society.
So why not join us July 21st through the 24th in Mission, Texas, and in person, or from the comfort of your home somewhere around the world.
This year, we'll be coming to you from the Lead Missions headquarters in Mission, Texas, and we'll be broadcasting to the rest of the world.
Please watch this.
Hello and welcome to the beautiful city of Mission, Texas. My name is Obed Garza. I'm a pastor here at Freedom Life Church. And this is the auditorium where we're going to be hosting the 2021 Men Lead Conference and Leading Ladies Conference with Lead Missions International. Welcome. Here at Freedom Life Church, we're so excited to be hosting the 2021 Leading Ladies Conference and Men Lead Conference with Lead Missions International. If you're joining us live, click on the link below and get access to local hotel accommodations. I'm sure you're going to find something that suits you just right.
Wow. So, why not register now and take a front seat? Thank you.